Okay, so we're going to go through a Gig Masters lead, how to answer that back. I'm going to start you right off from the login. So you see right at the top says login, login. Then we need to put the user and the password. There's a document titled Logins under Google Docs in the handbook. It's always going to be the top profile, and if you're not sure, you go over to status. It says active right there. Click on the name. And right at the top, it'll give you the new leads that have come in. So it's good to check these. So please respond now. Click that. And we got just one, so that makes it easy. Click on the numbers. So we're going to look at the date. It's coming up on the 14th. That's kind of soon. Today is the 3rd. Flowertown, PA, Balloon Twister. And this is really important, the client notes, especially if they give us good information over here. This is super important. 2-year-old birthday party, 10 kids, 10 adults. Think I need 20 to 30 minutes. Tells me that they want a really short time frame. They probably have kind of a low expectation for what they want and a low budget. So it might not be the kind of person that books with us, but we're going to give it a shot anyway. But I just know that going in, I'm going to need to try and find somebody at the lowest possible rate I can for this person, since we want such a short time frame. So I'll just copy the name of the town and paste it right in there. I just copy and pasted. We'll search for it. So what you want to do is you can go into Google Calendar, because we always prefer you book myself or Lana. So if you go into the Google Calendar, that was just this little tile thingy here on the right once you're in Google. And there'll be a link where you can see my calendar. Once you go into my calendar, you can look. It'll do a view by month. 14th. Nothing going on here. There's a flight. I have an event pending that I'll be flying back in the morning. This is Balloon Twister, so that'll be Lana. It's my wife, and she is not booked for anything on the 14th currently, so we know she's available. So we know you can go down here and put a quote in for Lana. You just click on the little Yes tab. And what you can do is you can go into the documents, Google Documents. Right here, you always, if you ever get in a specific document in Google Documents, you just click on that left menu icon. That'll take you back out to the main Google Docs, and you can search for things. For example, you'll see Lana face paint and balloons, Lana balloon twisting only. And once you're in the handbook, as long as you're in that handbook, as long as you're in this virtual assistant handbook, you can search inside of there. Should be able to search inside of there. Lana. Balloon twisting only. So you come, you find the documents. This actually lives inside. I'll show what folder this lives in. This lives inside the, it's called Bio for Entertainers document, which lives inside the AMA Important Documents. So just to give you a rundown here real quick. This is my drive. You would just have the virtual handbook here. So you'd have the virtual handbook, and inside the virtual handbook, anytime you go to the right arrow, it'll show you all the subfolders underneath that handbook. There's agreements, booking forms. The important documents has everything else. This stuff is just obviously booking forms and actual agreements, contracts with clients. And under here we can click this. It'll bring a drop menu, and you can see the Bio for Entertainers is going to be all the information for the entertainers that we book out. So it's right here. I have her. She does balloons. Give us a call. So you can just copy and paste all this good stuff. Copy. Now I do also say it's a good idea to read through what you're copying and pasting to see if it makes sense. I think it uncopied itself. Let me see. Copy this. She's a mom. She's good at handling kids. They're intrigued by her artistry. 25 balloons per hour. So in this case, since it's a very small group of kids, I need to think a little bit. Apparently, I think that's in a different window. Yeah, it's over here. Okay, it's interesting. Apparently wait, there we are. There we are. Okay, so we're here. And it says 2-year-old party, 10 kids, 10 adults. So it's a very small group of kids. Now the minimum booking we don't do a 30-minute booking. It says 30 minutes length of service. The minimum we do is 1 hour, especially Flowertown. It's a little ways out. And you'd want to check the travel distance. And this is our home right here. So from Flowertown, or from our home, I guess. From our home. This is our home right here. You'll have this address so you can plug it in yourself. If you just plug in Sicklerville, New Jersey, the name of the town right here is all you really need. That's the important information. Sicklerville. And it tells you about an hour away. So it's 1 hour away, which is within our local range. So we'll consider that our local range. 1 hour is our minimum. And our minimum rate for anybody we send out is $175. So it's always going to be the standard minimum rate is $175. Somebody goes out. Now that can be a bit of a challenge for somebody who only wants half an hour. So what I try to do is I try to build it up and tell them all the awesome, amazing things that my wife can do in addition to just her balloon twisting. So I know it's a 2-year-old party, so they're really young kids, 10 adults. They just want like a balloon twister person. I might mention that she does face painting. If I go back over to this thing here, if you remember, there was one that said face painting and balloons in it. But even when we're trying to give the client what they want first, it's always good to give them what they want first. But in a situation like this, where it's like a really short time frame that they want, it's always nice to try and show them what they could have in addition to just that. And you can get included face painting for the 10 kids. Pictures here. And we always want to provide pictures. Any pictures, demo videos we have, anything where it's more, almost like experiencing it firsthand is always good for the client to really experience what they're going to get and the level of what they're getting. And I try to make it personal. I'll put hi and then the person's name up here. It's the name Maureen. Hi, Maureen. So there we go. Here we go. We have Lana, 10 kids. See, in this line about she varies from fancy to faster designs depending on the line, keep everybody happy, we can get rid of that because they don't care about that. They only have 10 kids. So each child can get 2 balloons, or you can include this painting to finish the hour. And there's a line in here too about we can do theme stuff if there's a certain theme that fits the theme. And see pictures here for face painting. Let us know how we can help. Call 88. I always think of we're an advisor. We're trying to help people, give them the best options possible and advise them on what's best. And again, this may not be our kind of client because they maybe want something really, really cheap, and we just don't do that. But for this one, I'm trying to give them the best options about the balloons. And I mentioned this kind of thing. Each child can get 2 balloons, or you can include the face painting to finish the hour. Boom. And actually, I'm going to save this as a new one for a very small lead. Then that's it. And then you just want to make sure up here, under the deposit request, we always want to request a deposit so they know there's a deposit that we do like to get. Usually about half the total, so I make it less than half, so the 75 and the 100 for the remainder. So it's just a nice even amount. It's always due on a specific, it's always due at the time of booking. And it's refundable up to 2 weeks before, so this one's really non-refundable. The event's coming up really soon. And we'll just submit the quote. What you would do when you're first starting out, though, You want to just copy what you're writing in here, copy all this good stuff here, like I copied it, and go over to your email. Actually go over into any kind of messaging thing that we're using and just show me what you're going to send out. And then I'll say, yeah, it looks good. And then you can send it out. And you'll also include this link to the request along with what you're going to send out. So I can click on it and see what the client's asking for, as well as what your information you're providing them. Make sure it matches up. I'll say, yep, looks good. Once I approve it, you just hit submit quote. That's pretty much it. That's how you answer a lead back in GigMasters. Now here's a very, very important thing. You get a phone number. Once you click on that, the phone number appears. You want to call this person. Because again, you really have to feel the person out and see where they're at, where their budget's at. There'll be some documentation on that. But you want to call the person. And it says even their preferred method of contact, you can email, call, or even text them at this number. So I usually try to reach people any way I possibly can, because I want to find out where they're at. If they just have a really low expectation, and their budget's super low, I can just be like, okay, we're not the right person for you. If their budget's around our budget, I can talk about the awesome things Lana can do in addition. If she's going to be there for an hour for 10 kids, she can do a bunch more stuff. So we'll make a document for that. And that's it. So you want to just call the client right away and say, hey, I dropped you a message at GigMasters, and go from there. That's how you answer back a quote in GigMasters.